Everyone, welcome to Easy Maths. In this video, we are going to dive into chapter 1 of CBSE class 10, that is real numbers. So by the end of the chapter, I assure you, you will be clear with the concepts and you will know what to study with respect to your board exams. So let's start without wasting any time. We know what are real numbers. Real numbers is a combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. The major difference between rational and irrational number is that in rational numbers you can express them in the form of p upon q, whereas irrational numbers you cannot express them in the form of p upon q, where p and q, these are two variables which represent an integer and q cannot be equal to 0. Now, what is a rational number? It can be minus 5 upon 7, it can be 1 upon 5, it can be 2 upon 3, anything. But it cannot, the irrational numbers cannot be expressed in this form. So, first thing is you should understand the basics. The most important point here is that P and Q are integers. Integers make rational numbers. We'll use this concept later in the chapter. Okay, and irrational numbers, if you get to identify some of the irrational numbers that are commonly known are radicals. That means anything to the any prime number in the form of square root or cube root of a non-cube number. So that means the radicals come in this category, irrational numbers, then pi, and then the numbers which are non-repeating and non-terminating. We'll come to this in detail later on. Okay, now let's move on to the arithmetic fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We have studied this in grade 6 कि when we were learning LCM and HCF, what were we doing? That all composite prime numbers can be expressed into two factors, that is number itself and one. Whereas all composite numbers can be expressed in prime number form as a product of prime factors. What are these called? These are called composite numbers. So the fundamental theorem of arithmetic is based on this theorem only, which says that any composite number can be expressed as a product of primes, and this factorization is always unique for every number. It's not that 36 और 48 के लिए आपको सेम फैक्टराइजेशन मिलेगा, दोनों का अलग अलग यूनिक फैक्टराइजेशन रहता है. Now let's understand the decimal representation of rational numbers. So the rational numbers can be expressed in two types of decimals. First is the terminating decimals. Terminating मतलब कि वो डेसिमल्स जो कि 2 3 4 डिजिट के बाद खत्म हो जाते हैं. इसका मतलब क्या? नंबर समथिंग लाइक 4.632. इसका मतलब क्या? इसका मतलब 4632 अपॉन 1000. दैट मीन्स वो रैशनल नंबर्स जिनके डिनोमिनेटर में 10 100 1000 होंगे, उनको हम टर्मिनेटिंग डेसिमल्स कह सकते हैं, उनको हम टर्मिनेटिंग रैशनल नंबर्स कह सकते हैं. सो इसके लिए एक कंडीशन होती है, वो रैशनल नंबर्स जिनमें क्यू के फैक्टर्स सिर्फ 2 और 5 होंगे, वो रैशनल नंबर्स टर्मिनेटिंग रैशनल नंबर्स बनाएंगे. वो रैशनल नंबर्स टर्मिनेटिंग रैशनल नंबर मतलब कि डेसिमल रिप्रेजेंटेशन उनका टर्मिनेटिंग होगा. यदि आपके Q का फैक्टर एनीथिंग अदर देन 2 और 5 है, तो वो रैशनल नंबर का डेसिमल रिप्रेजेंटेशन will not be terminating, it will be reoccurring. Suppose we have 10 upon 15. So now here the denominator is having 3 and 5 as factors. If you cancel, you get 2 upon 3. Now if you divide this, you will get reoccurring number. You will get something like 0.66666. So C6 is reoccurring. This is about, so here the question as are mostly on how to make a rational number terminating, and how many decimal digits will be there in a particular question if it is terminating kind. Suppose you are given a question like 1 upon 7 upon 50. How many decimals will be there in this decimal representation? So for this we have to ensure that the denominator has only 2 and 5 as factors. So let's check, what does it have? It has 5 square and 2, but still we cannot express it in form of decimals because we don't have multiples of 10 in the denominator. So, to do so, we'll multiply it by 2 in the numerator and denominator. We get 5 square and 2 square. This makes it 14 upon 100. Now, if there are two zeros, there will be two decimals in the numerator. That means your answer will be 0.14. So to make a number into decimal representation, a rational number into, we have to ensure first thing that the q के factors are only 5 and 2, और in case हर 5 का 2 एक pairing number नहीं है तो हम उससे numerator denominator को multiply कर देंगे, and then we get our rational number which can be expressed easily into decimal terminating decimal format. Now, irrational numbers, we have already studied about irrational numbers, that they are root 3, root 2, pi, that cannot be expressed in the form of p upon q. Now, properties of rational and irrational. Most important thing that you should remember for rational and irrational is irrational numbers are very strong. If you remember it like this, you will remember the property. They are like black color. If you dip any color in that, suppose you have some piece of cloth, pink color cloth, you dip it in black color, it will become black. If you have a red color cloth, you dip it in black, it will turn black. Same way, irrational numbers में आप कोई भी rational number add, subtract, multiply या divide करोगे, आंसर आपका irrational ही आएगा. I'll give you an example of that. Suppose you have 2 root 5 plus 3. The answer is 3 plus 2 root 5, which is irrational. 2 root 5 into 3. You get 6 root 5, which is again irrational. 2 root 5 into divided by root divided by 2. So you get root 5, which is again irrational. If you are subtracting, suppose you are subtracting 5 root 5 minus 2. So you can't subtract a rational number from an irrational. These are two different types of numbers. So 5 root 5 minus 2 will remain like this, and it remains as an irrational number. But there is a change if we are multiplying or adding irrational number with irrational number. What happens in that case? Irrational with irrational. Suppose I have a number like 4 plus 2 root 3, and I want to add 4 minus 2 root 3 to this. What will happen? In such case, it will be 8 root 3 cancel, and this is a rational number. So there can be examples where we add a rational irrational number to irrational and we get a rational number. सो इरेशनल के साथ ऐड, सब्ट्रैक्ट, मल्टीप्लाई, डिवाइड, यदि रैशनल नंबर को करोगे तो इरेशनल ही आएगा. बट इरेशनल के साथ ऐड, सब्ट्रैक्ट, मल्टीप्लाई, डिवाइड यदि इरेशनल को करोगे तो श्योरिटी नहीं है कि इरेशनल आएगा. कभी कभी रैशनल नंबर भी आ सकता है. ठीक है, so you might be asked to give an example of such kind. Okay, now let's come to the very important part of the chapter, In this part, the major questions asked in the board exam are to prove that a particular irrational number is irrational. So here we have four types of questions which are usually asked. I have given that in the form of a arrow chart. You can see that. Let's discuss each one of them with an example, and remember the theoretical part and the explanation part that I am writing down is very important, and you have to learn those steps. There is no chance you can skip any part of that. Okay, so let's start with type 1. Type 1 questions are like this: show that root 5 is an irrational number. Let root for that. How do we start? We start with the contrary. We have to prove it root 5 is irrational. We will start with root 5 is rational. रैशनल है इसका मतलब रूट 5 के लिए दो प्राइम नंबर ऐसे एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, ए और बी, जहां बी जीरो नहीं है और ए और बी को प्राइम भी है. प्राइम नंबर्स भी हैं एंड दे को प्राइम, मतलब आपस में ये कैंसिल नहीं हो रहे हैं. Remember the word coprime, or say integers which are in the lowest form. Okay. So now how do we prove this? Square both the sides. This becomes 5. This becomes a square upon b square. That means 5b square is equal to a square. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? 5 जो है a square का फैक्टर है. 5 is a factor of a square. और हमने एक लेमा पढ़ी है जो कहती है कोई नंबर यदि किसी स्क्वायर का फैक्टर होता है तो वो उस नंबर का भी फैक्टर होता है. तो 5 इज ऑल्सो अ फैक्टर ऑफ ए. इट इम्प्लाइज 5 इज ऑल्सो अ फैक्टर ऑफ ए. नाउ दिस मीन्स वी कैन से a इज इक्वल टू 5c. सी कोई एक और वेरिएबल है, कोई और कांस्टेंट है, इट्स अ फैक्टर. ए के और भी फैक्टर्स होते हैं जो हमें नहीं मालूम, हमने उसको सी मान लिया. अब इसको स्क्वायर करते हैं. ए स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 25c स्क्वायर. स्क्वायरिंग बोथ द साइड्स. सी यू हैव टू राइट द थ्योरी ऑल्सो. यू हैव टू अज्यूम दैट द टीचर नोज नथिंग. टीचर को नहीं मालूम है कैसे. अब आपको अपनी थ्योरी के थ्रू उसको एक्सप्लेन करना है. सो इट शुड बी सो एक्सप्लेनेटरी. स्क्वायरिंग बोथ साइड्स. Now, this is your equation 1, this is your equation 2. From 1 and 2, what can we say? From 1 and 2 we can say कि a स्क्वायर की दोनों वैल्यूज दे रही है. इसका मतलब 5b स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 25c स्क्वायर. इसका मतलब b स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 5c स्क्वायर. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? 5 is also a factor of b square. It implies 5 is a factor of b square, which means 5 is a factor of b. अब 5 a का भी फैक्टर है और 5 b का भी फैक्टर है, बट हमने शुरू में क्या माना था कि a एंड b आर को प्राइम. ये तो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन हो गया. सो इट इम्प्लाइज a and b have common factor 5. It implies they are not co-prime. It implies it contradicts our assumption. Hence, therefore, root 5 is irrational. Okay. For such numbers where it is root 5, root 3, तुम्हें किसी प्राइम नंबर के रूट को प्रूव करना है. दिस इज द मेथड. ओके. It has lot of steps. It comes in 4 mark questions. So you have to learn these steps. You don't have any chance of not learning this, because this is a question which is most awaited in most of the board exams. Okay, coming to the type 2. टाइप 2 और टाइप 3 के क्वेश्चंस 2 मार्कर या 3 मार्कर में आते हैं, जिसमें ज़्यादा नहीं करना होता है। यहाँ पर हमको ऑलरेडी मालूम है रूट 5 इरेशनल है, ये तो मालूम है, ये फैक्ट है। अब 2 रूट 5 को इरेशनल शो करना है, तो इसको भी हम कॉन्ट्ररी से शुरू करेंगे। लेट अस अज्यूम into the contrary that 2 root 5 is rational. Again we say that a and b are co-prime, then root 5 is equal to a upon 2b. a upon 2b, ये चीज हमें जो मिली इसके हेल्प से ये लिखना बहुत जरूरी है कि since 2a and b are integers, therefore a upon 2b is a rational number. यदि a upon 2b रैशनल नंबर है, इसका मतलब रूट 5 रैशनल हो गया। ये तो हमारे फैक्ट को ही कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट कर रहा है। thus our assumption is wrong and we can write that 2 root 5 is irrational. Type 3. Show that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. This also comes in 2 and 3 marker only, because less steps are here. Let us assume on the contrary that 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational. Then there exists a co-prime positive integers a and b such that, सो हर केस में ये लिखना बहुत कंपलसरी है, मस्ट फॉर यू टू राइट। ओके, मेनी अ टाइम स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं ये तो हर बार में होता है, तो इसको लिख के क्या फायदा, नहीं लिखना है। नाउ 3 plus 2 root 5 इज इक्वल टू ए अपॉन बी। 3 को उधर ट्रांसपोज करेंगे एंड एन जनरल मैथमेटिक्स इसको सॉल्व किया, a-3b एलसीएम लेके एंड 2। अगेन ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, since a b are integers, तो a minus 3b upon 2 is a rational number. इसका मतलब रूट 5 rational है। It contradicts the fact that रूट 5 is irrational. So our assumption is incorrect, hence 3. टाइप 4 जहां पर 2 रूट वाले टर्म्स दिए रहते हैं। अब ये क्वेश्चन में कोई वैल्यू नहीं दी है, बट इसको भी हम वैसे ही सॉल्व करेंगे। स्क्वायर करने से पहले इसको हम उधर ट्रांसपोज कर रहे हैं। This becomes root q is equal to a upon b minus root p. अब स्क्वायरिंग बोथ द साइड, स्क्वायर करेंगे, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड q बन गया। यहाँ पर हमने आइडेंटिटी लगाई a माइनस बी होल स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू a स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर माइनस 2ab। आइडेंटिटी लगाने से हमको ये वैल्यू, एक रूट p की वैल्यू आ गई ना। अब हम रूट p की ही टर्म में बाकी सबको एक्सप्रेस करना है, क्योंकि हमें मालूम है ए बी पी क्यू ये सब इंटीजर्स हैं। यदि हमने इनको मल्टीप्लाई ऐड सब्ट्रैक्ट डिवाइड किया तो जो कुछ बनेगा वो रैशनल नंबर होगा। ये हमारा टारगेट है कि हम रूट पी को अलग कर दें। सो विद आर एल्जेब्रा की पुरानी एजुकेशन जो हमने की हुई है, उसे हमें मालूम है कि ट्रांसपोजिशन करके वी ब्रिंग ऑल constant terms and all variables on one side and all constant terms on the other side. यहाँ पर हमारा वेरिएबल का काम रूट पी कर रहा है, हमें रूट पी को एक तरफ करना है, बाकी सब कुछ राइट हैंड साइड पे लाना है। तो इस टर्म को हम इधर ट्रांसपोज कर रहे हैं और q को जो यहाँ लिखा था उसको इधर ले आएंगे। वी गेट दिस। नाउ दिस इज वन टर्म, वी सॉल्व इट आउट यूजिंग एलसीएम एंड देन 2a रूट पी अपॉन बी जो था, b इधर जाएगा और 2a नीचे आएगा क्रॉस में, and we get this. Solving out, we get this. Now a b p q are all integers. इसका मतलब ये जो हमारा बना है a स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर p माइनस क्यू अपॉन 2ab, ये इरेशनल है। ये इरेशनल है, इसका मतलब रूट p, सॉरी ये रैशनल है, इसका मतलब रूट p भी रैशनल होगा, विच इज अ कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन। हमें मालूम है रूट p इज इरेशनल, इट इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन। Here it is, we know root, यहाँ पर नहीं भी दिया हो, यदि आपको ये दिया हो कि p and q are प्राइम नंबर, तो भी आपको मालूम है प्राइम नंबर का रूट इज इरेशनल। So even if it is not given, you can say that we know p is a prime number and root of p is irrational, which is a contradiction to the fact. Hence, the root of p plus root of q is irrational. Okay. These are the four types. Now let's come to another part of the chapter, which is LCM and HCF. Let's learn fundamental theorem of arithmetic that all composite numbers can be expressed in the form of unique factors as a product of unique factors. So कोई भी आपको कंपोजिट नंबर दिया है उसको आप प्राइम फैक्टर्स के फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ प्राइम फैक्टर्स। तो अर्थमेटिक थ्योरम से ही हमने डिराइव किया कि एलसीएम इज द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ all factors in their highest power। मतलब कोई भी फैक्टर मिस नहीं होना चाहिए। यदि आपके लिए दिया हुआ है a इज इक्वल टू एक्स स्क्वेयर वाई जेड क्यूब और b दिया है एक्स क्यूब वाई जेड, तो इन दोनों का एलसीएम क्या होगा? इनके कॉमन फैक्टर है एक्स वाई और जेड, उनके हाईएस्ट फैक्टर, एक्स का हाईएस्ट फैक्टर 3, वाई का हाईएस्ट फैक्टर 1, जेड का हाईएस्ट फैक्टर 3। सो दिस इज द एलसीएम। Whereas HCF is product of lowest power of the common factor, lowest power of common factors। इसी एग्जाम्पल में देखते हैं कॉमन फैक्टर्स क्या है। HCF हमें यदि ए बी का निकालना है तो कॉमन फैक्टर एक्स वाई जेड, एक्स का लोएस्ट पावर 3 2, एक्स का लोएस्ट पावर 2, y का लोएस्ट पावर 1, z का लोएस्ट पावर 1। सो x square yz is your HCF। This is how we find HCF and LCM. Many questions of 2 marker are asked based on this. So you should learn this definition and remember HCF is the lower power of only common factor, whereas LCM is all the factors in the highest power। सारे के सारे फैक्टर्स लगते हैं और उनका सबसे हाईएस्ट पावर, मतलब कि कोई भी फैक्टर मिस नहीं होना चाहिए। Now, LCM HCF के word problems are there which usually trouble the students. So, I'm going to give you some tricks to remember the word problems of LCM and HCF, some stepwise explanation. I would like you all to write down the steps so that you remember them. And I'm going to give you a very easy, short technique to solve LCM HCF questions involving remainder। ठीक है, let's move on to it। Okay, to solve application questions of LCM and HCF, step 1 is you should identify what is an LCM, what is the question which involves LCM and which involves HCF। तो कुछ कीवर्ड्स होते हैं उनको कैच करना है हमें हर क्वेश्चन में। यदि लोएस्ट, लीस्ट, स्मॉलेस्ट ये वर्ड यूज हुए हैं तो LCM, ठीक है। और यदि वर्ड यूज हुआ है कोशंट या नंबर विच इज डिवाइडेड, मतलब कि बड़ा वाला नंबर है, एलसीएम हमेशा बड़ा नंबर होता है, नंबर बिगर देन द टू नंबर्स। तो आपसे यदि जब बोला जाए कि कोशंट बताओ या नंबर विच इज डिवाइडेड बताओ तो आप एलसीएम निकालोगे। वेरएस एचसीएफ कब यूज होता है? जब आपको डिवाइजर निकालना हो, नंबर विच डिवाइड्स निकालना हो, आपको बिगेस्ट हाईएस्ट नंबर निकालना हो, हाईएस्ट नंबर विच डिवाइड्स इनटू इक्वल पार्ट्स, जैसे लार्जेस्ट स्केल दैट कैन बी यूज टू मेजर टू टाइप्स ऑफ रिबन्स। सो उस केस में एचसीएफ निकलेगा। सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज यू आइडेंटिफाई एचसीएफ का क्वेश्चन है या एलसीएम का क्वेश्चन। स्टेप 2, अभी रिमाइंडर है क्वेश्चंस में, इसको कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? रिमाइंडर को सॉल्व करने के लिए हम इस फॉर्मूले को यूज करेंगे। यदि किसी क्वेश्चन में रिमाइंडर है और वो एलसीएम का क्वेश्चन है, नो रिमाइंडर दैट मीन्स एलसीएम इज अ डायरेक्ट मल्टीपल ऑफ द नंबर So it's you simply find out the LCM, no problem. But if there is a remainder, equal remainder for both the numbers, यदि किसी नंबर से डिवाइड किया जाए तो इक्वल रिमाइंडर बच रहा है, उस केस में आप एलसीएम निकालने के बाद में आर ऐड कर दोगे. ओके. बट इफ द क्वेश्चन इज डिफरेंट रिमाइंडर्स आर वन एंड आर टू, तो एलसीएम निकालने के बाद आप उसमें से आर वन और आर टू को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दोगे. ठीक है. नाउ कमिंग टू द एचसीएफ क्वेश्चन, इफ देर इज इक्वल रिमाइंडर तो एचसीएफ में सब्ट्रैक्ट करके तब एचसीएफ निकाला जाएगा. तो मतलब एचसीएफ में पहले सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं फिर एचसीएफ फाइंड करते हैं, whereas एलसीएम में पहले एलसीएम फाइंड करते हैं फिर एड या सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं. दैट्स द डिफरेंस. सेम वे एचसीएफ में यदि दो अलग अलग रिमाइंडर दिए हैं तो दोनों अलग अलग नंबर से सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएंगे. और इन केस रिमाइंडर दिया ही नहीं है तो नंबर को उसको खुद से सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. मतलब फाइंड अ नंबर दैट डिवाइड्स ए बी सी लीविंग इक्वल रिमाइंडर. अब इस तरह के क्वेश्चन में हम a माइनस बी इसका मॉड्यूलस, मॉड्यूलस मतलब पॉजिटिव वैल्यू लिखनी है, b माइनस सी इसका मॉड्यूलस, c माइनस a इसका मॉड्यूलस, ये निकाल देंगे. ठीक है. Now, after you understand this, please pause the video, write these notes, and read it. Maybe you can rewind and listen to it again. Once you're clear with the theoretical concept, let's do some word problems related to LCM HCF and the arithmetic theorem, LCM and HCF finding questions, so that you are done with the chapter. In this, what do we have? The different types of questions that we have in this are: first type, where you simply have to find the LCM and HCF. So we have learned that LCM is the all the prime factors with their highest power, and HCF is only the common factors with their lowest power. Now let's dive into the questions and the tricks that I have taught you before. We'll apply them here. Find the largest positive integer that will divide. Okay, we are looking for an integer that is going to be the divisor. We are talking about a divisor. So from this word we identify, we have to find out HCF. Okay. And leaving remainder 7, 11 and 15. Now I told you the method. When we are finding out HCF, we subtract the remainder first and then find the HCF. So you will write required number is equal to HCF of 398 minus 7, 436 minus 11, 542 minus 15. So you are finding HCF of 391, 425 and 527. Now if you find the prime factors of 391, I know them. You can find it out by calculation. So you don't, just to save time, I'll be writing it straight away. It is 17 into 23 and 425 is 17 into 25, whereas 527 is 17 into 31. Now what's the common factor here? We can see 17 is the common factor and its lowest power is 1. So HCF is 17. That's your answer. Moving on to the next question. Find the greatest number that will divide. Again, the greatest means at highest, HCF, and that will divide. Again, the quotient, again, the divisor we are finding out. So, it will be HCF. That will divide 43, 91, 83 so as to leave the same remainder in each case. Now this is the case when the remainder is not given, but there is a remainder. The value of the remainder is not given. In such case, also we do subtraction before solving. We subtract the number by itself. So HCF will be the required number. In this case will be 43 minus 91 and the modulus of that. That means the positive value. 91 minus 183 and its positive value. and 183 minus 43, and its positive value. So what do we get? So it means we have to find the HCF of, if I subtract, I get 48 negative, and modulus of that will be positive 48. Then I get 92 and I get 140. That means I have to find HCF of this number. 48 is equal to 2 to the power 4 into 3. 92 is 2 to the power 2 into 23, and 140 is 2 to the power 2 into 5 into 7. Now HCF, the common factor, HCF is equal to, common factor is 2 and its lowest power is 2. You will write the definition also here. HCF is equal to, write it somewhere here, reason. HCF is the lowest power of the common factor, which is equal to 2 to the power 2, that is 4. This is your answer. And you can check it, if you divide 43 by 4, you will get 40 in, you will be able to divide till 40 and 3 will be quotient. Same way here you will be able to divide till 88 and 3 will be quotient, and you will be able to divide 180 and 3 again will be the remainder. So this is the way you solve such question. Now this is a very favorite question of CBSE. The different methods to ask this question is, one is based on morning walk, and in one question they say about the red light, the green light, the yellow light, they start at a time, the difference in the when the yellow light ring lights up after 12 second, then the green light takes 15 second, and red light might take 20 second. When will they light up again together? So for such questions where there is a repeated action and the numbers, or they ask when they will be again together at the same point, we have to find LCM. Find the minimum distance. Still you can catch the word minimum. So it is LCM. Step 1 is to identify whether it is LCM and HCF. In LCM and HCF, I have told you, if there is no remainder, you simply find the LCM. So your required number will be LCM of 40, 42, and 45. Let's find it. So 40 is equal to 2 to the power 3 into 5. 42 is 2 into 3 into 7. And 45 is 3 square into 2 square. Now, LCM is what? It is all the factors with the highest power. So all the factors are 2, 3, 5 and 7. Highest power of 2 is 3 here. Highest power of 3 is 2. Highest power of 5, 1 and then 7. If you multiply together, you get 2520, and that's your answer. So they have asked, three persons step off together and the steps measure 40 centimeter, itna centimeter. Find the minimum distance each should walk so that each can cover the same distance and complete the step. So this much centimeter they must walk. And if you have to give in meters, you will give it in 25.20 meters distance. They will match up with the each other. Coming to the next question. I'm going a little fast. You can pause my video, solve it for yourself, and then check the answer with me. Moving on to the fourth question. Find the smallest number which, when divided by 32 and 28 and 32, leaves remainder 8 and 12. Now here we are finding that smallest number which, when divided by, that means we are talking about the quotient which will be divided by 28 and 32. So that means what? We are talking about LCM. So in LCM, what trick we have learned? We first find the LCM and then add or subtract the remainder depending upon the question. Here there are two different remainders. So we will be subtracting the sum of the two remainders, R1 plus R2. So the your required number will be LCM of 20 28 and 32 minus 8 plus 12. So 28 is 2 square into 7 and 32 is 2 to the power 5. So LCM will be 2 to the power 5 into 7 minus 20. So this becomes 32 into 7, that is 224 minus 20, and you get the answer 204. So 204 when divided by 28, it will leave remainder 8, whereas when divided by 32, it will leave remainder 12. Moving on to the next question. Find the least number which when divided by 35, 56 and 91 leaves the same remainder. 7 in each case. So again we are finding the least number which when divided, again it's a case of a quotient, that means we are finding out LCM and the same remainder 7. That means your required number will be LCM of 35, 56 and 91 plus R. Why plus R? We are adding the remainder because whatever you get the LCM, it is completely divisible by these three numbers. But if you add 7 to it, then in each case it will leave the remainder 7. So we add here 7. Finding the LCM, 35 is 5 into 7. 56 is 2 cube into 7. And 91 we are getting as 7, 21, 7 and 3. So it is 7 square and 3. Okay. No, there's something wrong. 7, 1, 2, 13. Okay. 7 square and 13. Let's write it. So the LCM will be all the factors. That means 2, 5, 7, 13 with the highest power 2 cube, 5 power 1, 7 power 2 and 13 plus 7. So if you multiply this, you will get 3640 plus 7, and your answer will be 3647. Moving on to the next question. Find the largest four digit number which when divided by 4, 7 and 13 leaves a remainder of 3 in each case. So first thing is we find the largest four digit number. Largest four digit number is equal to 9999 when divided by 4, 7 and 13. So let's first find the number which is divisible by 4, 7 and 13, and then we will think about the number which will leave the remainder 3 in each case. So let's find the largest four digit number which is divisible by 7, 4, 7 and 13. So first we find LCM of 4, 7 and 13, which is, since they are co-prime, so it will be 28 into 13. It will be 4, 2, 6, 8, 8, 2, 4, 16, 364. So the LCM is 364. But 364 is not a four digit number. So we will divide by 364. We get 2, 728, subtracting we get 271, bringing this 9 down, 7s are 2548, subtracting. So this means 171 is extra. If I remove this from 9999, then the number will be completely divisible by 364, which means it will be completely divisible by 4, 7 and 13. So we get the largest number which is divisible by 4, 7 and 13. The largest number divisible by 4, 7 and 13 is 9999 minus 171. You subtract, you get 3000, sorry, 9828. This number is completely divisible, means ये remainder नहीं छोड़ेगा. There is no remainder if you divide by 4, 7 and 13. But they say the number is leaving a remainder of 3 in each case. Then what will be the answer? So the required number will be 9828 plus 3, which is equal to 9831. This is your answer. Moving on to the next question, seventh question. Find the smallest number which, when increased by 17, is exactly divisible by 468 and 520. Exactly divisible, that means again we are talking about quotient, that means we are talking about LCM. So we have the required number will be what? Required number is LCM of 468 and 520 minus 17. Why am I doing minus 17? Because they're saying whatever is the number, it is exactly divisible only if 17 is added to it. ओके, सो पहले से हम 17 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देते हैं, बाद में 17 ऐड करके रिक्वायर्ड कंडीशन विल बी रीच्ड. लेट्स डू इट. सो एलसीएम हियर 468. Let's find out 468. How do we find? Do you? I hope you all know the method of finding the prime factors. 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 1, 7, and so on. 13, 9s are, then 3, 3. So the factors are 2 square, 3 square, and 13. Same way you will do for 520, and you get the LCM of these two as 4680. Now this is the LCM. You have to subtract 7 from this to get 17 from this to get the final answer. So the answer will be 4663. This is your required answer. Moving on to the next question. The HCF of two numbers. Here we are talking about the relationship of HCF and LCM and the two numbers. The relationship is product of two numbers is equal to HCF into LCM. So one of the number is given to you, 725 into x, let's assume it to be x, and 145 into 2175. You get the value of x by 145 into 2175 upon 725. You solve it out, you'll get the answer. Moving on to the next. Find the LCM and HCF of A and B, where A की वैल्यू दी है और B की वैल्यू दी है. A आपको दिया है x स्क्वायर y और B दिया है एक्स वाई स्क्वायर. ये सीबीएसई का एमसीक्यूज का फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है. किसी भी फॉर्म में ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, तो बी अ लिटिल केयरफुल व्हाइल अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस. सो एलसीएम ऑफ A and B will be all the factors x. What are the factors of A and B? X and y with their highest power, x square and y square. And whereas the HCF will be only the common factors, x and y with their lowest power. Lowest power of x is 1 and y. So this becomes a HCF. This is all for the chapter. I hope you get all your doubts cleared through this chapter. Please like, share, and comment if you have any doubts. And keep watching my channel for more such one shot videos on every chapter of class 10th. Thank you. See you again. Bye.